on my side. Okay, I need to click on it. So, oh my God, I can hear my voice.
So I propose that we mute ourselves, everybody, okay?
Okay. I think you said go ahead. You're muted as well. So I want to say good evening to every lady. Thank you so much for having me tonight. I'm over excited to be sharing my story with you, and especially my project about women and what inspires me and gives me purpose in life. And hopefully by the end of my talk, you will be a little bit inspired too in your personal life. So a little bit about me. My name is Zornica. My friends call me Zori. I am originally from Bulgaria. I moved here 12 years ago to follow my love, my boyfriend at the time, who was studying and working here. And today we are family. We have a 5-year-old and we have a new puppy as well. Joining the family. And last year we moved from Lausanne to Chardon. Most of you are in the area, so you know where it is. It's a beautiful place overlooking Lac Neman. And I wish to say, if you are in the area, some of you I know, some of you I don't. So don't hesitate to reach out. I would love to get to know you in person and have a coffee together. And, so it would be lovely. I wish to say a tiny bit about my professional background as well. So I haven't been a photographer all my life. I'm 35 today. So I studied art in my high school in Bulgaria. And then the big dream was to become a fashion designer. So I moved to Milan with big dreams. And then sometimes life has other plans for you, So I ended up studying urban planning, and I quickly knew that this is never going to be my profession. But you know what mom says, you need to have a diploma in your hands, otherwise, and I finished my 4 years of urban planning and got the diploma to make my family proud. And the day I finished my studies, I took train for Lausanne and never looked back. And then I took 3 months off just because I was exhausted from working and studying full time. But very quickly I became bored at home in a new country where I wasn't speaking the language. And I said, okay, I need to reconsider my future and what's going to be. And something I knew was that I was always, a word that describes me as an artist. I painted, and then I wanted to do fashion. So now for me, it was either my two choices were makeup or photography. And I enrolled in a school for makeup artistry for 1 year in Geneva. And then photography, I keep on learning every day. I started by myself, reading books, watching YouTube videos. Nowadays, it's a lot easier than it used to be, and just photographing people. And in 2019, I launched my first very experimental project called 21 Days of Real Women. And it just completely blew my whole artistic and personal life. I think before I was working, just being a photographer, and I was enjoying this, but I was doing it without any connection to my clients, without any purpose. And now I found it, and I'm very excited to share it with you and talk a little bit more about the project. Shall I just go to the presentation? Okay, so if you don't mind, for the presentation, I will stop my video and do a little bit like what's this guy that presents those National Geographic amazing, documentaries, Edinburgh or something. I will let my voice just guide you, and you enjoy the images, and hopefully those women's stories can impact you deeply as it did for me and many others who know about the project. So I will stop my video now. and share my screen. Please just let me know if you're seeing what I'm seeing. Is it all good?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So let's begin. So I have been a portrait photographer for the past 11 years. And even though I absolutely love what I do, in the summer of 2019, I felt like I lost my purpose. Well, actually, I didn't have a purpose. I was tired and unmotivated. And, you know, no matter how much you love doing what you do, I'm sure it happens to everybody at one point, you just lose your purpose. Fortunately, I remembered what my photography mentor always says. When you find yourself in a place of scarcity and desperation, I'm sorry, I think somebody has the mic on and I'm not sure if you're saying, if you're hearing everything.
Sorry, can you ask, there is somebody that needs to be muted.
I'm not sure who it is though. How do I see
I will
this?
let you know. I think that I can make it from here. So now everybody seems muted. Yeah, we're okay.
Okay, sorry. So I'm just going to repeat my last words to be sure that you heard. So after I lost that purpose, I had a little bit of downtime, and then I remembered what my photography mentor, Sue Bryce, says. When you find yourself in a place of scarcity and desperation, and you know, instead of going being desperate or being jealous of other people achieving their dreams, just go and create something and do it with purpose. And I decided, I had this project in mind for a long time, and I decided it's the perfect moment to just launch it. Oh, sorry, slide. I always wanted to create with purpose. I wanted to change lives, to start an important conversation. And this is how my first project was born, 21 Days of Real Women, a photography campaign about self-love and real beauty. You can recognize some of the women, beautiful women that are members to Lean In, our beloved Linda, Patricia, Marlene. Maybe I'm missing somebody, but those are the ones that pop to my mind. So this quote from this great photographer who passed away 2 years ago, Peter Lindbergh, describes perfectly the purpose of my campaign. He says, we as photographers should free women from the terror of youth and perfection. And those words shake me deep into my core, because they are a reminder of the fake and unattainable beauty standards creeping upon us women. We wake up every day reminded of how much we need to be fixed. We do our best to get closer and closer to this false sense of perfection, and which results in a deep sense of sadness and feeling just not good enough. 21 Days of Real Women is celebrating everyday women with their imperfections, women who struggle to accept the reflection in the mirror, because modern society tells them constantly that they are not good enough. I wanted to help women to fall in love with who they are, empowering them to live happier, more balanced life. So I created this promotional video for my campaign, and it was saying, if you don't like the reflection in the mirror, then you're the perfect woman for me. Let me show you how beautiful you are. And I didn't know what the response would be. That was my message. And I was honestly blown away by the amount of women who contact me saying that they desperately need to be seen and to change the way they feel about themselves. This is Patricia, again, one of my 21 real women. She's 73 today. And can you believe this is the first time she has ever been photographed in her life? And I like to call her my personal Sophia Loren. She has a vibe around her like Sophia Loren you'll see on her Glamour Portrait. She's gorgeous at 73. She has never been photographed because she didn't think that, you know, things happened to her in life that made her not look in the mirror. And it was just a great revelation for her to do this photo shoot, and she wasn't expecting it. At this moment, when I received those messages, I understood something very important, that there is a huge problem that women are facing globally. I also knew that I would be part of something bigger than myself, and it was very, very special. So I selected my 21 women from a long list of ladies who wanted to be part of the project, and I offered them what I love most and what I do best. It is my magazine style photo shoot for everyday women. They experienced professional hair and makeup. They got to wear a gorgeous evening gown, and I guided them through the posing. We had champagne and it was lots of fun. They got the opportunity to finally be that gorgeous woman on the magazine cover. That woman that they idolized for so long and never in a million years thought that they could look like her, because they were conditioned to think they are not good enough. This is extremely important portrait for me. This is Gwendolyn. She is the first woman I photographed during my campaign. She's a young woman who got Lyme disease when she was a teenager, and it got mixed up with a genetical disorder in her body, which resulted in a chronic disease that attacks her body in a way that she needs to undergo chemotherapy every week for the rest of her life. There is no cure right now, and until there is cure, she is going through chemotherapy. Her story will always be that so much special for me, and I'm sure for many people. She taught me without telling me in words that I need to reconsider how I approach my problems, and I need to just stop complaining, as there are people who go through tough times in life every day in their life, and they go through life with a big smile on their face. And it's a lot more than I actually experience. You know, we're easy to be like, my life is tough. I wanted to share more than a beautiful image. I wanted to give women a platform to share their life stories and inspire others. And then the most painful words came out of their mouths, and liberating tears came down their faces. And it was a blissful moment that I will never forget, and it brings tears to my eyes even today thinking of it, because I shared every moment of their pain and their celebration. You know, there are too many reasons why women feel not beautiful and not special in their life. The stories you will encounter in the project are about chronic disease, as Gwendolyn, and child loss and miscarriage, bullying, difficult divorce, abuse, obesity, handicap, burnout. There are many, many more who, as reasons we go through. Women go through these life crises sometimes in deep pain and complete silence. And I believe that all women could relate to those stories, sometimes personally, they experience some of those stories, or other times they just know other women. It can be their mom, sister, best friend who went through it. And sharing them with the world was very important. A woman is not only an image. She's so much more behind that image. Those stories were so honest and very relatable. The messages in every story was the same. We all go through struggles in life, but they don't need to define us as women. It was a positive message. We never wanted to make people feel desperation or feel sorry for those women. It was all au contraire, you know. Remember, there is always a way out, even in the darkest time in your life as a woman. There is always hope. So I want to share a little bit about this lady. Her name is Josana. You can see her before image, some behind the scenes of her getting her makeup done, and her final portraits. So she's a lady who was born in Brazil with a handicap. And in her story, she was saying that nobody ever succeeded coming from a modest, low-class family and being a woman with a handicap. She never knew anybody who reached their dreams and success they wanted. And she knew that she wanted to be successful and she wanted to buy her own home one day. And she definitely did that. She's 35 and living in Geneva, and she has been working on a managing position in a banking, and bought her own home, and is getting married for a second time. Before meeting her, I met everybody on a Zoom call, you know, to get to know them. And you cannot really say before seeing someone, you can feel her energy. But a woman I photographed before her knew her, and she said, don't be misled by Josana's size. You see that when this woman arrives in the room, she's tiny, but you forget suddenly because she fills the room with this incredible energy, and you feel just a bliss and luck that you can talk to her, and she's incredible. And she went through so much difficult times in her life. She even lost her first husband in a motorcycle accident, and you know, she's getting married again, and you know, going through life. And what I really liked about her story, a quick quote, she says, sometimes people say that I'm lucky for what I've got, but every single accomplishment came with lots of effort, never luck. I don't stop feeding my happiness. This is one of my personal mantras today. Like, can you believe this? I don't stop feeding my happiness. We have this conception, not only women, as human beings, that happiness falls from the sky and is reserved to only some of us. And sometimes we say, oh, I was just born under an unlucky star. I'm not lucky. I'm not happy. I have no control over it. And it's not true. You have to feed little things in your life in order to be happy. It's up to you. I just today, I read a quote, I don't remember by who, but it was saying the only way to predict the future you want, or just to predict the future, is only by creating it for yourself. So it's the same thing with happiness. You need to feed it. She's amazing. So another woman I photographed, Maria. I don't know if you met Maria. She's a female sommelier, originally from Greece. She came to Switzerland following her husband, which is a diplomat, and then I'm not sure what's happening right now, but when I met her, they were splitting up and probably divorcing, and she was desperate because she was in this unknown country, follow her husband's dreams, and all of a sudden she doesn't know where she's going. And actually 2 years later, she's doing great with her wine tasting business, and she went through health problem that almost put her on a wheelchair. And what I love from her story, she says, someday everything will make perfect sense. So for now, just laugh at the confusion in your life, smile through the tears, be strong, and keep reminding yourself that everything happens for a reason. Which is beautiful, especially if you're going through uncertainty and pain and fear. That's another woman, Anne. She was a bit overweight when she was a child, and she was bullied by her own family members, little jokes about her weight, which transformed into eating disorders afterwards, gaining weight, psychological pressure, depression, etc. And she found freedom for herself in NLP, and then she became a coach herself. And finally she liberated, from all this. She accepts herself. She insisted, even when she was when I photographed her, she said, don't retouch anything about me. I accept myself today the way I am. And I found this so beautiful about her and her positivity. Often we say, when we are about to jump to the known, we say, what if I fall? And she always says, oh, but my darling, what if you fly? There is the possibility that on the other side of this door, there's all your new life and everything that you have been dreaming about just waiting for you. People ask me why I call this project 21 days and not 50 or 100 or whatever other number. And there is a reason behind it. There is a scientific proof, if I understand well, that in 21 days you can break a habit that you don't like if you put the effort every day. And it was my way of showing a woman's image and her story for 21 days and just exposing people to a different kind of beauty. And I was hoping that after 21 days of reading about it and seeing it, you get a different perception about what beauty is. I believe that especially young women and growing, the new generation are put under so much pressure with social media, and they deserve better examples from their mothers, from the older generation. It's just how it works. We show that we love ourselves, and we show acceptance and self-love and compassion about ourselves. We are so good at being compassionate about others, with others, and we can be so cruel with ourselves and how we look, and let all these insecurities creep on us. So that was my mission. And also you can clearly see from those portraits that every woman, when you give her a beautiful makeover and a beautiful dress in which she feels powerful and sexy and beautiful, she just have this aura about her, and she can look like any other women you've seen on a magazine cover. I don't see why women over 40 are not represented in media, if it's not only for, excuse me about saying this, but those urine leaks, or, you know, elderly people insurance ads, or something that is completely unacceptable. We are still beautiful at every age, and I just wanted to celebrate these women with their wrinkles and with their extra kilos and with their white hairs. And who cares? Like, let this be the example our kids see, and not the fake, unattainable reality Instagram or TikTok or whatever gives them and puts them so much under pressure. And yeah, this was the whole idea behind the name. And when I created a project, from the very beginning, I knew that this needs to be celebrated with an exhibition. It was a must. It cannot stay online. Thankfully, it was just a month before COVID hit, so we could do it. And those women, they knew each other online, they read about their stories, they connected, but I wanted them to get to know each other personally. And actually, those glamour portraits, every woman saw it for herself, her own portrait before, only me and her, but nobody knew about those portraits. And when I gathered them in this room with 21 portraits of women looking like magazine cover celebrities, stars, Hollywood stars, they discovered each other portraits, and they were saying, "Oh, that's you, Gwendolyn, that's you, Marlene." And they chatted, and it was beautiful. It was really, really beautiful. A few other pictures from the exhibition. This is a Stuti with her portrait, Marlene, that you know, and a friend who's looking at the pictures. This is a Stuti. She went through burnout. I know so many people who went through burnout, working in finance and banking. That's so sad, and because it's so common. And then she found herself, and now she's doing spiritual coaching, and she's a new woman. She's incredible. I've been through her therapies, and I can testify that it's a lot better than dedicating your life to banking and being burned out after 16 hours working day. I wish to say that real beauty shines from within. It's not about the physical appearance. I hear this all the time. Women tell to me, if they come to my studio and say, "I'm not photogenic, or is photogenic," and I always laugh. Let's talk afterwards, because it's not true. It's not about how you look or how photogenic you were born. We all carry that inner light. The secret is confidence and self-love, and I help you gain confidence during that photo shoot. And when you see yourself with different eyes, then you just pose with confidence, and you are that woman that you always wish to be. And you can see it in her before and after picture. She's the same woman with the same light and same smile. I just gave her a dress that she absolutely loves, and there she is in her all shine. I want to wrap my presentation by saying this: empowered women empower other women. And I believe that this is the mission as well in Lean In. I don't believe in competition. I think that competition between women is stupid. We have a bad reputation. I think that there is room for growth for everybody. And when women get together, they have so much fun, because we as human beings are more creative and more artistic, and we express ourselves more. So I wish for more collaboration between women, and really, when a woman feels powerful, the best thing you can do is just soak everything from her energy and do it for yourself because you deserve it. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Zori.
You're welcome.
So if you all are okay, maybe I will ask you to stop to share your screen that we
Sure,
can
yes.
Hello, so I'm Vivian. I can see that not everyone choose to have the camera on. I completely understand, but if you want to show your face as we are all talking and listening with Zori, how important is to be just ourselves, feel free to show us how, hello Isabel, now I can see you. And I will say, let's try that the Zoom of today is not just something that we listen, because it's really something that I'm sure we all have an opinion. And let's try to connect. As the last word of Zori was, a woman can empower other women. We don't need to be 1,000, it can start today. So I will say, first of all, thank you very much, Zori, because what you have shared was very interesting and with very beautiful quotes that has made me think. And thank you to all of you to be there. So I will say, I'm going to say something about what you have said that I have in my head, and then I will name someone else, and let's see if we all have few minutes to say if what is our reaction, and we all have a voice. And then Zori, if you want to jump and say something, please feel free.
Of course.
So the first thing, I will start myself, this way maybe it's easy, and this way, and then I will send the ball to somebody else. I couldn't stop myself to think, yes, she's right, but, and excuse me, but then we are just pretty for the time of your picture, of your dress, of your hair, and then the Photoshop. And for me, I know I can be pretty sometime, and I don't feel bad to say that. I know I can, but my trouble is to stay, or not even to stay, is to feel. So that was what was coming up in my mind, and I will give now the voice to Alexandra, if you are okay.
Thank you, Vivian. Thank you, Zori. It was very, very nice, very interesting. And I think about beauty, for me, it's more from the inside, our own confidence. I said you can put a dress on anybody and they wear it in a different way. And I think this wearing something in the right way, if it's hairstyle, makeup, dress, smile, whatever, I think it comes from your inside, how secure you are, how in ease you are with yourself. And it's beautiful to see these magnificent dresses and the way you photograph them. And it's, as Vivian said, it's 1 hour. Yeah, but I think gaining confidence in ourselves and being happy with ourselves is a process that maybe starts with seeing that we even look beautiful. But I think to last longer, we need to be happy that we are working or not working or doing whatever we feel good with. And there is, for me at least, not a definition, what should I do? I do what I feel good with. If I don't work, no, but I do something else. I have a purpose to be a wife, mother, friend. Yeah, I don't know. So I think that process of finding ourselves, maybe start with your beautiful picture, but it definitely is our task to find happiness in ourselves, and sometimes just accepting, well, now I don't do much, but I still feel fine.
Can I say something, Alexandra?
Yes.
I really like what you said, and obviously I can feel that you're in a place in your life where different from many women I encounter, you already gain this self-confidence and self-love in a way. There are many who really don't believe that they're deserving, or you know, they feel beautiful at all, or it's been either a very long time that they felt special, or they never did.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes people ask me, why do you photograph women? Why do you dedicate yourself to women and not everybody? I used to photograph babies, families. I still do, but what I really love and my purpose is dedicated completely to empowering women. And there are many reasons why I do it. Just to say a few, because I'm a woman and I understand best women and what they go through. And on the note of not feeling special, many of us are women, mothers as well. And when I became mother, I could understand what it feels to be devoted completely to your child and your family, and your energy and everything goes to them. And women, we tend to, it's our nature to nurture and put ourselves last, which inevitably you lose connection with yourself. Hopefully you gain it with time, but you lose it for a little bit. So women, you know, there is this problem with society constantly making you feel like you need to be fixed. Every skincare, you need to color your hair, you need to buy those pair of jeans, you need to do that and this to be better. And this is so wrong. This is unconsciously making women every day, there is this undergoing voice in their head, I'm not good enough, I'm not good enough, I'm not good enough. There are so many, unfortunately, there are a lot more women that are not like you. You have some, you know, they need this little push. And I agree that it's only for 1 hour or an afternoon, but this portrait stays forever. And I tell them, put it on the wall and watch it every day. You go past through it, by it, and let it be a reminder of how fantastic of a woman you are. And it just, you know, when you experience it and when you find this little sparkle and you say, women, you know, cried after seeing their portraits and they're saying, is this really me? Yes, it is really you. And it's not just an image. It is the beginning, as you say, of her believing in herself, of her believing that she can take over the world with who she is, and just say, okay, I don't want to swear on this is going to be live, but like, go to hell to all those unattainable standards of how I should be. And I've been there. I thought maybe if I'm a little bit slimmer, or I have this what's called like legs as a football player, you know, like things that you cannot really slim down. And the moment, it takes years and experience and maturity, and I hope everybody gets there at one point. You, at the moment you say, okay, I will never be Naomi Campbell, whoever you think, you know, and then you feel free. Who cares that you never physically be like her? You can be happy. I used to think, you know, what about those people that society thinks that they are ugly? Sorry for saying this, you know, that people that society, they think that they are actually ugly. Who cares? They find love. There are people who are handicapped and they have children and they find happiness, and it's fantastic. But you need to allow yourself, because I have my best friend who has a hearing problem, and she's truly physically and emotionally, like as a person, she's beautiful, but she let her handicap get over her life. So she doesn't allow people to get to her. She cannot fall in love because she has this barrier, which I feel is such a shame. Well, the moment you accept yourself and you find self-love, it's where everything begins. And I'm trying I'm trying to give them this start. This is what we are doing. Then, you know, everybody's on a different journey. Sometimes I don't succeed because they are not ready. They still, you know, I understand, I respect people, women have blockages as well, but it's a start of a conversation. Yeah, you can continue.
Thank
No,
you.
no, I think I finished. No, I really appreciate your answer. Exactly what I said. You give them an extra good start, but then it's a little bit up to them to
Exactly.
keep on accepting, trying, finding, and building confidence. It's a
Yes.
process,
Yes.
and it has to start sometimes, somewhere with somebody. But once we say now it's the journey forward, then it has to be a few circumstances that align with the whole thing, and maybe a little luck and a little bit whatever. But then I think we can, if we just keep on with a good friend on a side, or maybe a group of women on a side, I think we can all achieve it. Or just accepting not every day is a pink day, you know. There are some
Yes.
days or some years that we just say, okay, well, you know, but realistic, to be a bit realistic is quite important, I would guess, as well. So I think you're doing a great job to give everybody a boost, at least.
Thank you. I
Can I
agree with
ask you
everything
to
you
pass
said.
the voice to someone else? This way we can all have.
Okay, well, I can go on to
Thank you.
Gabrielle. She muted herself.
Me or the other Gabrielle? Because I think there are two. I don't know which one.
You're Gabriela.
One is Gabrielle, one is Gabriela. I guess.
Okay, so I'm just going to mute myself.
Hmm?
Now the two Gabriela are muted. Good.
Yeah.
Well, I mute myself because I think it's Gabrielle. It's me or it's Gabrielle, right?
I get, okay, we say it's you.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
First of all, I think that it was a very beautiful images that not even project, because it's true what I heard from Vivian and from the other girl who just spoke. Yes, it is probably is a picture of with makeup and a beautiful dress, and it looks glamorous, but behind that clothing and that makeup is the soul that from whatever reason at that particular moment is shining. And I think that's what Zori had projected. Of course, our mind goes directly to the outfit and to the makeup because it's part of what has been trained. But if you look at the eyes of those women who were photographed, you can see their soul and you can see their beauty. And I think this is the magic of the picture itself. It's true that beauty is a perception because we live in a world that has defined beauty in a certain way. But I think all women are beautiful. And I think diversity, it makes it even better. Different sizes, different colors, different everything. But what makes a woman being a woman, for me, it's being yourself. And of course, it's hard to be yourself because it depends the dogmas that you had behind and what you heard about what beauty was. It's very difficult, and it's not a dress who is going to make you beautiful because we are already beautiful. We just need to remember. And I think by these pictures that Zoe took, it's a reminder in a way of you are beautiful. It's not a dress, it's not a makeup, that's part of the choreography, but it's look at you, look how can you be, how you feel, all the feeling of getting dressed and having the champagne and getting pictured and allowing your sensuality just to flow and just living that particular moment that for certain women means so much. And as you said before, it touched the beginning of something else. And when you look at that picture, it's not only looking how beautiful I look, it's how I felt at that moment. How do I felt? How do I feel sexy? How do I like my body, regardless the size, to be beautiful? I think what is the point of what I'm feeling, what Zoe is trying to show. She can do the pictures without makeup. She can do the pictures in a forest, walking, but she's going to be able to capture that particular moment of joy. She has the eye, she has her purpose. I really feel very blessed to see those pictures in a way. In the beginning, when I looked at them, I was more concentrated. I was zooming because I wanted to see the expression of the smile, the expression of the eyes, more than the dress. And that was what I was captivated by. And then she has other part when you see the models being modeling by the picture. And it's different because you don't have the lighting, is different, but you see the joy. And I think this is an invitation for saying, I don't care what you think I look like. I don't care because I am me. I have to remember who I am. I have to let all these voices of what beauty is to be who we are. And there are people who are going to like us, people who are not going to like us, and people who are going to care less. So what a beautiful invitation. Thank you. Thank you. And continue shining because we are all beautiful.
Thank you, Gabriela.
Thank you.
You completely, I mean, everything you described is exactly on point. I would add just one phrase. You're completely right. All the props are just to show. Imagine if they were feeling they were awkward in the expression. It wouldn't have worked at all. It just to boost them to really open and show us. You know, sometimes they say photographing a person is photographing their soul, if they allow you to photograph their soul. And it was just like this little girl that can play a princess for a day. I know that it's superficial, you know, the dress, and not everybody liked the dress. That's why I took those initial black and white portraits you saw at the beginning, and everybody loved those just because it was you. That's me. It's not about the dress. It's just a black outfit on a black backdrop, and it's me. Yeah. So it's not always about the glamour. It's just making you see what I see. And nowadays, when I photograph women, I am not at all afraid of who is showing at my door. I don't care how you look. I know that I can make you feel beautiful. Yeah. So that's very exciting to me. You know, come by.
Okay, thank you. Can we have someone else, maybe Gabrielle, that was just going to say something, and then Clémentine and Marie-Lise. Let's try to hear all of us.
Okay, yeah, thanks a lot for your very nice pictures. I'm feeling in another way because I like just the natural way to be and to put me personally in nice robes. It's not really my thing. So I think for this exhibition, it's really well done, and I thought the women were feeling nice and proud, but my way would be to just take pictures of them in their way they are naturally. So just as Gabriela described as well, just in the nature as things they like to do, and they are like they are. So I really appreciated your work and the art behind. But for me, it would be a good idea just to take pictures of women as they feel in their natural way they are. So I in English, I have difficulties to explain myself, but maybe you got the red line.
Gabrielle, you explained yourself perfectly. I do respect and accept your point of view. I do have clients exactly like you, and I always adapt to their vision. This is just, you know, one facet of what I do and what I love do. And let's say those women that like to get the glamour up are my kind of girls, because I like this, but it doesn't mean that I don't photograph people without makeup, or, you know, with their natural hair in whatever style they want to do it. Whatever brings you to where you want to be, and I can capture this for you, this is what I'm doing.
Mhm.
Okay.
Perfect.
Thank you very much
You're
for
welcome.
inspiring us.
Someone else want to say something?
I wanted to share what resonated in me, and it is something that is the eyes of love. So what I feel is that when you put yourself in this position and you are allowed to be seen with admiration, with love, something clicks in you and really something appears out. And sometimes I was reflecting why we need somebody else to look at us in that way so we can feel beautiful. And how nice it would be that we can see ourselves, the self-compassion. This is a concept I have been working a lot. And I think this is something that we need to intentionally develop, this idea that we are the ones to see ourselves with love. And this, I think this would change really the feeling that we have with ourselves, because the idea of having somebody like Zori, and I have experience with my family, a session that I felt like she sees something and she touches you with her way of seeing things. And I try to think why we don't look in the morning and we see that in ourselves. So my resonance about this is I would like to have the Zori's eyes or Zori's machine every day with me in my own eyes. Because I think that when we love and we feel the love, we get more beautiful because something is appearing. It's like giving birth, right? We're giving birth to our natural beauty. So thank you, Zori, for what you have done. And I hope to see you doing many other things like this.
Thank you, Marisa. I love that. Thank you.
I would like to say something also very, very short. First of all, Zori, I love your pictures, and I love the sensibility you had to introduce yourself with this open heart, saying that when you started the project, how was your life at that time, at that point, when you had no purpose, or you were asking yourself, what else in my life? And then I think this is really, really interesting. And another thing I would like to say is, despite I love the pictures, because I love photography also, and I would like to have a cup of coffee with you. Even I don't live in Chardon, but I will go, it doesn't matter.
Big pleasure.
I think it could be very, very interesting also, maybe, to open this conversation that I feel is really, that mobilize something in many of us, or many things. So I think it could be also interesting, I don't know if it's possible or not, to share this conversation with the people, with these women that took part of your project, just to see how was for them this experience, what they really experience very, very deeply. I think it could be, at least for me, really, really interesting.
Yeah, it's a great idea. I don't know how easy it is. I mean, it was like when I was choosing them, I said if I remember well, but on the 19th of November, you need to be there. There is no excuse. So I managed to gather them together, except for one or two that were sick, unfortunately, coming from far away. So don't know how easy it is to, especially, you know, with COVID restrictions right now, to bring them all on a big circle. But we can definitely do it via Zoom. It would be for me, it would be an excellent, fantastic conversation, just because I want to say I appreciate so much your feedback, and it just giving me so much precious information about what I can do more or what I can change and to make it better, just because I will be launching it again. This really gave me purpose. I really love this project. It gave me so much on a personal, very, you know, selfish level. And if I can do this every year in my life, and the big picture would be just to travel with it and offer this, if I can offer it to women all over Europe. Let's not be greedy, but you know, like, if I can have a big fat sponsor covering for the cost and I can just give this to women, wouldn't be that fantastic? So your feedback is so precious, and if you like the idea, why not? I can definitely contact them. We still have our Facebook group, and you've listened to Patricia. She like, many of them has so much wisdom. And just hearing them separately, it's already bringing much. Thank you.
It's 7:32. I know it's late. So I don't know if we could all give 5 more minutes, and this way everyone say a word, because I would love to know what Isabelle, Clémentine, Marie-Lise, Cindy and Andrea, if it's not possible, I completely understand, and I thank you already, and just leave the room, and it has been all a pleasure to have you. But I think the ladies that they are here are important, and if one of you want to say something, please, I can already say, I can already see Isabelle saying hello, so please.
Yeah. I really enjoy the presentation. I think I admire the way you had the idea and you were able to put your ideas together. So congratulations, because I think the result is very good. And also seeing all these beautiful women is very important, because we all have different challenges in our life, especially for the appearance. And to realize like, oh, I have a little pimple here or there, it's nothing. So it's like we're talking about a more serious business. And I think it was very, very nice way you show us tonight. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Isabelle.
And I'm also ready to have a coffee. I used to live in Johnny next door. So
Yes,
I know
let's
where
do
is
that.
Chardon. Today I'm in Saint Leger, but it's not far.
Let's do that.
Okay.
Clémentine, are you ready?
Okay. No, I enjoyed very much your presentation. That was really nice to see those pictures and the transformation. So I think every woman has many facets. Huh? We can be natural, we can be working, a mother, a friend, we can be sad, happy, or whatever. And here, what was beautiful is to see how everybody can be as well glamorous with a nice dress and the right makeup or the right hair style or whatever. So that was really nice. I liked the quotes. Obviously, there were some quotes that were really food for thought, I think. What I was a little bit, I didn't like so much was the before and after thing, because it's not before and after. It's just the same woman, and some of those women had exactly the same smile and the same eyes. It's just another facet that you show. And I think that was, the only thing that, was a little bit, but I really enjoyed it. And that's
thanks, Clémentine. So I really like when you touched on saying that women have many facets. And this is exactly what I tell many women during a photo shoot, because actually many of us don't realize this. And I say, allow yourself to be every woman you wish to be. You're not just your everyday yourself. We really have all this spectrum of who we are. We're different as a friend, as a lover, as a parent, as you know. So it's brilliant that you brought it up. And I totally understand what you say about the before and after image. I just want to say that it's not, the before image is not about saying she was ugly before and now she's glamorous. Not at all. It just to say, look, this is me. If I only show a glamorous picture of a woman, you will think that she has a glamorous life or she's somebody. You wouldn't ever relate to her. If I show you her everyday look, you say, that's me. She's like me. And I can be this. And not only be this like in this glamorous dress, I can feel like her.
Yeah.
You know,
No,
this is the whole point.
Yeah, I understand that, but for me, it's more that I can be this, that, and many, many more things because I feel empowered to be so. It's just, yeah, but I understand your view. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. It was great.
Anyone else, Andrea, Marie-Lise, or Cindy, want to say something and sharing this beautiful moment?
I just want to say thank you to Zori, because really I appreciate her sensibility to get that inner light that sometimes we forget that we have. And as Gabriela said, the beauty in the eyes and the smile, we all have this light. If we see the before and the after, we still seeing this inner, I don't know, the eyes is the window of the soul, and she can express it in her own dimension. And to have these portraits for life, I think it's very, very powerful. As Marisa says, like, instead of having someone telling you, it's your own self telling you, I'm gorgeous, I have this light always. If I'm with this tired face or with all the glamorous we could have, we still be in us. And that power, I think a portrait that you have with you will always boost that, even despite that self-confidence, it's a process for sure. As Alexandra said, this is a very good starting, and remember to have this bright or this inner light that we have in a portrait. I think it's a very, very good experience, and all that you have done with this woman and the quotes were very, very inspiring. So thank you very much.
Beautiful, Andrea. Let us be our own reminder of
yeah.
This is me in every facet. I'm fantastic. That was beautiful. Thank you.
Okay, I don't want to force anyone else. Marie-Lise, I haven't had the pleasure to meet you, but
Yes,
I would like to give you the voice because we all matter. We are all important.
Hello.
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Oh, okay. No, thank you. It's the first time, so I'm a bit shy, so sorry, but the pictures were stunning. It's amazing. And I really love how you brought the confidence to this woman, because I like pictures, and I like to take pictures of my family. And I know when I take pictures of my family, I know how to take the pictures at the right time, at the right moment, because you know that they love you and you love them. So there is, I think, a contact between you and your models, that there is a connection, a real connection that you have. And I think it goes beyond this picture. Maybe you keep in touch with them, but there is something that is created and is beautiful. So congratulations. And yeah, there is already add you on Facebook, because I really want to have one of these beautiful pictures.
Thank you, Marie-Lise. You said something that's very important. Yeah, I said to my exhibition that I gained 21 new girlfriends, and it's never enough. You know, it's true. Some of them I keep in touch very regularly. I had a blast having them. I feel more blessed because it was 21 beautiful stories concentrated on me. For them, it was just me and them, but for me it was a concentration of love and discovering. It was fantastic. Yeah.
So for you, it's another way of networking through your job. So it's really beautiful.
Thank you very much. You feel welcome when I'll let you know, when I launch it again. It will be beginning of next year. If any one of you feels like she wanna apply and participate, I will be very happy to get to know you better and read about your story. And yeah, I'll let you know when this happens.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your time. I know we're 10 minutes late and we are all at home and with husband and kid waiting, or just our life. So thank you again, Zori, to have given us the opportunity to listen to what you have to say, to see your work, and to all of you to have contributed to that.
Thank you.
Bravo.
A little message. So we hope to have you all in person. We are having an event, a big circle, the 22nd of November, with an incredible, inspiring person that is called Lola Grace. She will come. She's a philanthropist, and she will share with us the incredible work she's doing in Jordania. So I invite you and bring your friends, your girlfriends, because really we want to celebrate the love that we can express through this type of projects as well. So thank you very much, everybody. Good night. Thank you, Zori.
Thank you, Zori. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Thank you. Thank you.